Hello, Mill Creek families. The title of this presentation is Back to School Parent Information, and I've made this specifically for the parents and guardians of fifth grade students. I know that there is only so much I can convey in the format of a newsletter. I want to give you more. I want you to feel coming out of this video that you've got a clear picture of what to expect from the workload and what a normal day and week in fifth grade is going to be like for your child. Our agenda will first start with family tasks. In other words, things that you can do at home right now to help your child and your family prepare for the new school year. We'll take a quick glance at our class schedule. We'll spend the majority of our time looking at the work packet and going through the components of it. I'll give you some information about volunteering opportunities, and we'll wrap up with some closing thoughts. Home routines. So we know as we make this transition from summer break into the new school year how important home routines will be. And so it is a very appropriate time to be having these conversations with your child about what's a normal morning going to look like during the school week. What is that checklist of tasks that you are expecting your child to be able to handle, possibly independently handle, in order to get ready for school on time? What's after school going to look like? My hope is that families will be able to carve out about 30 minutes each evening from Monday through Thursday to sit down in a quiet place in part of the house with your child and talk about school. And I'll give you some resources that can help you know how to have that conversation, what that will look like and feel like. And then, of course, the bedtime is certainly going to have to be reined in my home and maybe yours too. Setting goals. It's the start of a new year, and again, it could be a great time to have a conversation with your child about goals, whether they're academic or social or personal goals for themselves, and ways that you can support them to achieving those goals. Here's a quick glance at our class schedule. It's been arranged from Monday through Friday, left to right, and then arrival to dismissal, top down. Each morning when your child arrives, as a warm-up, they will be doing some pages from their work packet, which are geared around mindfulness and helping them get into a calm and focused and ready to learn mindset. They'll also be doing some morning work. Our first academic subject of each day will be math. Then we'll take our morning recess. We'll come in from that, have our snack break. Keep in mind we have the late lunch this year, so it'll be important that children bring a healthy snack to school each day and have a good breakfast before school. We'll do our writer's workshop after that, followed by our special. When we come back from the special, we'll do our reading comprehension, which will feature our CKLA curriculum. We'll have the late lunch at 1:05 and recess. Come back from that, vocabulary, a novel study, and we'll end our day on Mondays. That final block will be our second step or social emotional curriculum, and the other days of the week we'll be working on a social studies or science unit. Typically, those are 3-week rotations. So as we start the year, we'll be actually starting with a 3-week unit on geography as part of our social studies standards for fifth grade this year. And like I said, the topic will shift on average every 3 weeks, and sometimes we will alternate between social studies and science. Here is the cover page of what your child's work packet is going to look like. On the left, you'll see the learning tasks at the top, and that sequence mirrors how the pages are arranged in the work packet, starting with the warm-up, which is the morning mindset and morning work, getting into math and writing, followed by reading and language, vocabulary, and finally a social skill and a life skill. The social skill we will practice and do it in school. The life skill is something that I'm going to be leaning on you as families at home to, number one, buy into, and number two, support. I think you'll like them. At the bottom for self-assessment, you'll see there's a portion for the student to reflect on how they're learning and their work was that week, and answer a few questions, and then for the parent or guardian to do as well. Now on the back side of this, you'll see essentially a checklist that can be used if this helps you during your 30 minutes of time with your child Monday through Thursday after school. As you sit down and talk about the day, you can use this to help make sure that your child is focused on the right things, confirm your child's understanding of things that they've done in school, and so on. Here's a look at the morning mindset and morning work pages of the work packet. On the left, the morning mindset, you'll see a mood tracker and some positive affirmations, some reminders about breathing. And then the morning work page on the right, it's just a quick hit, 5-10 minute review of grade level math and language arts skills. Great way to start the day. This is a look at what one of the math pages in the packet will look like. What I'm going to do this year is I'm going to record brief videos of me narrating over and talking through my problem solving approach for the practice problems on this page as well. In the early going, I'll just provide that to you over email. Once we get further along in the school year, we'll use a platform, whether it's Seesaw or something along those lines, to share that with families. For writing this year, I know my little pop-up is covering part of the slide, but we're going to be using something called the 6+1 trait writing model, which contains the key elements of quality writing. Each week we'll focus on one of those traits, and each week students will be given a prompt in their work packet that will be a paragraph of the week. And this will alternate between the three types of writing that we do in 5th grade: informational, narrative, and opinion writing. And here's a look at what those writing pages will look like in the work packet. On the left, you'll see an activity page that is connected with the writing trait of ideas. And it gives you, at the top, sort of the big idea. The best writing begins with a strong idea. And so, of course, this activity is all around, or the purpose of this sort of activity is just to help students who are thinking through what they want to write about, to help them brainstorm a list of possible topics and so on. On the right, this is a look at what one of these weekly writing prompts will look like. And this is actually the one that we'll be using for the first week of school, where the child will kind of reflect and think about who they are and an important thing about them that other people should know. Here is a look at what the reading and language pages of the packet will look like. Again, these are quick hits, maybe 5 minutes, and you can see they're labeled and organized by day. On the left is a page of reading skills, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On the right is a page of language skills, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Here's a look at what vocabulary will look like. On the left is a list of 10 words that connect to a certain Greek or Latin root and certain prefixes. And then on the right is a page of activities to help students practice those words. We will not be doing this in the first week of school, but we will starting with the second week. And here we have the examples for what the social skill and life skill pages in the work packet will look like. The social skill for this first week talks about sharing the conversation, sharing the mic, so that we don't raise children who are, shall we say, overly dominant in conversations with their peers, and they kind of know that etiquette, that fine line, that sensitivity of when to try to pull others into the conversation and kind of share the airwaves, so to speak. And then the morning routine at home, which I hope will be spot on timing wise with conversations you're already having about this stuff in your home. Volunteering. I would love if a parent would be willing to help me stuff blue folders on Mondays. Please, please email me. From time to time, I've had parents and sometimes even grandparents and other relatives serve as homework buddies, a guest speaker. This could be just a presentation or a chat about something you have a passion about, or a unique experience that you think would be interesting for these young people to hear about. I've had parents come in and lead special projects and activities in the past, whether it's something crafty, something cooking related, something seasonal, something completely random. Would love it. And then finally, there's certainly opportunities to come in and help with an enrichment group. We've had in the past parents helping with a challenge math group, which I would love to see happen again this year. I've had parents do some things with advanced readers and writers as well. So think about it. I know life is busy, and the time commitment part can be tricky, but also please know from my end that we can be as flexible as we need to be to get you in here and get you plugged in. And with that, my slideshow has come to an end. So my closing thought is really this. I'm inviting you to make this a year where you feel really hands-on with your child's learning. And I would love to partner with you this year. It's going to be a different feel at the start with this pandemic, with being gone from school for so long. And I just think the closer we communicate and stay on the same page, and the closer we work together, the more fun we're going to have and the more successful we're going to be. So looking forward to a great school year. Thank you so much for trusting your child's learning with me. I'm excited. I'm fired up for it.